Hello Jürgen, welcome to Peliti House. First of all, I like to speak about you. Who are you and from where come?
Well, I'm coming from the European Cooperative Longo, and our farm is the farm in Germany. We have 5 farms in France, 1 in Switzerland, 1 in Austria, and I'm coming from the farm of Hof Ulenkrug in Germany.
So 10 cooperatives in Europe you have?
No, it's not in Europe because we have also in Ukraine, it belongs to Europe also, but in Costa Rica also there is a cooperative for refugees.
So when start Longo community?
It started in 1973 in southern France.
And how? Can you say something about the story?
Yeah, the story is quite easy. That there have been younger people from Austria and Switzerland and Germany and France. They said they don't want to continue such a life, not to be able to take their life in their own hands, so only to be dependent on have a working place and struggle against conditions on these working places, or to be in a condition where they can't decide themselves how to live. And so therefore they said we will build up cooperatives to have our own land, our own possibilities to take over our life and to see how to manage the food, how to manage the housing, how to manage all what belongs to human life.
And this young student, when start the cooperative, was a student from a farm family or from the city?
Mostly they have been from cities, but they have been, some have been teachers, some have been students, some have been unemployed. It has been from all sides.
How was the first years when the community started?
Well, the community starts because they have had a meeting in 1972 in Switzerland, in Basel, and at this meeting they said we want to create these cooperatives, and then they looked around and they found a huge abandoned farm in southern France. It's nearby Avignon, at the east of Avignon, and it has been abandoned, and so there has no more been water, and the farm buildings has been destroyed, and so they started to take on a roof on the houses, to find springs and so on. It has been a work, you could say a pioneer work. Okay. And they had to buy this land. They made they collected money for mostly in Switzerland, but it had not been enough. And one of them, they had a heritage in Switzerland. They said this heritage has been a house, and with the money of this house they could buy about 270 hectares of land there in Provence.
And you start to cultivate in this farm, to make your own food? And
Yeah, that's it. First, they had a flock of sheep, and they made gardening, and they recultivated places where there has been growing weeds and so on, and they made a lot of. They were sowing a lot of cereals to have bread, and that's what they have done the first time.
So the young people, when start the community, was young, but now have passed 42 years.
That's it.
And now it's an old man and old woman. How is now the life in this community?
Well, we have had a lot of people. They are coming all the time, younger people, and because we are very open. We have and this is now the situation that we can give all this work into the hands of younger people who had been with us for a longer time, not a short time, but because that it never goes that people are coming and saying, "Oh, I will stay with you." It's not so, because all the time they are changing mind, so it's a whole struggle all the time that people can come. But the result is that we have, for instance, in my cooperative, in the last 4 years, 4 people younger people said, we will stay. Perhaps they will change also the aims of the cooperative or the method how to grow vegetables, but the essential is that they will do this work and develop more the cooperative.
How many people lives in your cooperative?
In Hof Ulenkrug there are living 20 permanents, and they. Now we have at once 3 children more. First, our children, they have gone. They have made most different things. So, but our children also, they have been. They are about 20. They are together to build up another cooperative in France. And the first, they don't want to belong to Longo, but they are linked all the time with us.
And this cooperative have a political step.
Yeah, we think that to have an open mind, you don't accept that there exists racism and fascism, and so we are anti-fascist, if you want.
Okay. And open border for refugees.
That's it. That's because we have received a lot of refugees until now. First, the beginning has been in the 19th. There have been refugees from ex-Yugoslavia in Germany, and in other European countries also, and we made a campaign to receive refugees. Yeah.
Okay. And can you say about one day, how pass your day, how is the day in this cooperative?
Yeah, well, I'm concerned mostly with the animals. I'm a shepherd. I learned to be a shepherd in France, and but now I like to work more with the horses, because we have huge gardens and we work in the gardens with horses.
Oh.
And that's my passion. My passion, gardening with to work with adapted machines, because that's a lack also in the construction area of machines, agricultural instruments and machines, that they stopped to be useful for animal traction. When the tractors came, all has been this construction has been adapted for the tractor, but not for animals. And but there is a little development, also very interesting initiatives. They are developing machines adapted for animal traction, and I'm in this also. Well, that's a little personal aspect, but we have in our farm we have people, they are concerned on agriculture, on gardening, on for the animal breeding, and to cook and so on. But we are not specialized. So if you want, we have each week we have a meeting, and each one of us has to cook once a week. And so we have well, sometimes you have to be all to make a work in the garden or on the field, and sometimes it's better to make it only one person. So it's quite different, but each week we have our meeting, and so we manage this in advance.
And yesterday you speak here about the seed bank in Gadesleben. Yeah. Can you say something about this?
Well, the seed bank of Gadesleben has been before located in the eastern part of Germany, in GDR, and he has very huge collections on cereals, on vegetables, on very various kind of plants, and it's now in the hand of IPK. IPK is Institute for Plant Genetics. It's called like this, Leibniz Institute, and this institution belongs also to the state of Germany, a little part, but they have a public interest that they have to give over some seeds if you know the name and if you know where they come from. So you can go to them and to ask, I would like to take over a wheat named so-and-so, and so they give you only some exemplars, and you can grow them and multiply them. But that is, and you have to sign a paper that you have a treaty. There is a treaty that you received something who is not in your own, in your private, in your property. So you sign a paper that you are renting this from the seed bank.
Here now we are in Peliti land, and I think this is the third or fourth time that you came to Peliti and Peliti Seed Festival. How looks for you
has been it has developed in a very good form. I feel very good here, and I think it is an example who is where people feel very good in this, because they see that it's possible to struggle for the seeds, and how to have the possibility to know each other. That's very important, I think. That is not an organism, theoretical organism and or an institute, but it's life. It's alive, and it's playing music also, and have dinner together and so on. So it's a real festival, and that's what we are doing also around our farm. We have done this also since 2009. We made the first. It's called Saatgutbörse in German. It's like this festival, and it's growing now. We have 5 only in our region.
Okay, nice.
And it's starting like this.
And what do you like to say about the Greek people?
The Greek people. I think it's there's a very bad development in Europe, I think, because of the finance system, the financial system, and though with this they said there's a financial crisis, and the cause of this financial crisis, they say this, for instance, the situation in Greece, that there are not enough taxes and things like this. But I think in fact there is another problem, that the financial system is something artificial, and it don't belongs to people, it belongs to bankers, and then they are in crisis, and we are not, and we have to take over what we are doing concrete, and not to allow to them that they are punishing the whole Greek people because of their crisis, what they have. And so I think I've been astonished, really astonished, that here in Greece already all the people I met, they welcome the refugees, they welcome strangers and so on, and then that's real life, and that is what in Germany you have. I have the problem that more and more people get closed. They say, "Oh, we have too much refugees. They take us over our pensions, and we will lose our money, and we don't want to pay for them, and we have to throw them out, and there is a danger of Islamism and so on, and Germany is don't want to be an Islamic state. It's the right-wing people who are in the streets now, and that is it's awful.
Okay.
And I have not seen this in Greece up till now.
Okay. So, I don't know, you like to say something for the end?
I think Peliti is an encouragement. That's the most important. And I thank you for this.
Okay. And I thank you. Okay. Have a nice time, and you are welcome to come in the next year.
I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you.